Hello, my loves. Hi, it's me, your girl, Toya. I am back here to give you guys an update on what's been going on with me. Uh, this is my 2-year anniversary of surviving cancer. Woo, 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 woo. So I wanted to give you guys an update on all of that because I am celebrating me. I am celebrating me surviving. I am celebrating God keeping me. I am celebrating the fact that I am still here to do his work and to do the work of the kingdom and to do whatever needs to be done to help those around me, especially women. And God kept me for a reason, so I am trying to make sure that I'm doing all of the things, okay, so that I can be great in the earth, all right, because he kept me on this side for a reason, okay. He didn't make my bed my cooling board, okay. So he kept me here. I'm alive because there's more, okay. So I wanted to give y'all an update on that and what's going on with me. So yeah, it's been 2 years since I was told that I was cancer free. And I am just absolutely amazed at what God has done, what has God has done in that process. If you don't know the process, you can go back to my series on. I took everyone on a journey of what went on with me when I went through cancer, the diagnosis, all of that. I'm very open and transparent about my journey. So if you don't know, I had cervical cancer. I had stage 1 cervical cancer. I was diagnosed in November 2020 in the height of the pandemic. Okay, so dealing with the pandemic and then get told you have cancer. Okay, so at this time I'm young. I'm in my third. I'm still young, but at this time I'm younger and not thinking about cancer. I mean, I'm thinking about cancer because I had just recently lost a friend to cancer, and I have many other people that I'm close to that have endured cancer. My aunt had just passed, and all of that. So I know about cancer and I know the reality of it, but when you don't think it will hit you personally, it's a whole nother thing, okay? So to go through that, being told that I had cancer and then being told that I could not get the surgery to remove the tumor because the tumor was too big. I had to go through chemo and radiation at the same time. So I'm doing chemo once a week and radiation every day. Okay. And it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot on my mental state, my emotional state, and my physical state. It was a lot on me and it was a lot on my family and those around me. And I just thank God that he got me through. I just thank God that he kept me even when I didn't want to be kept because honestly, I didn't want to do the treatment. I didn't want to go through all of it because I see what it does to people. So I didn't want to do that. So again, to get more intel on that, I won't, I will spare everybody all of those details because I have already done that over and over again in previous videos. So again, go to my YouTube channel and check out the other videos of my journey. And I promise you, if you have any questions, anything you want to know, anything, just ask me because I am very open and transparent because I am very, very, very adamant about people taking care of their health. I want you guys to take care of your health, take care of your body, go to the doctor, listen to your doctors, do what you need to do. I'm all about that. So let's be healthy, let's be great. So now, currently, I am feeling a lot better. It's been 2 years since my last treatment, so I'm feeling a lot better, but I still do have some effects from what happened. My body is still trying to get adjusted to some things. My some areas in my body are still very, very sensitive and very, very they're still being affected. Certain areas of my body are being affected. I After having cancer, I ended up going to therapy because it's a lot. It's a lot, people. And again, I tell you about that in the other videos too. It's a lot. So I ended up being told that I had anxiety and depression. So they had to medicate me. They had to prescribe me some medications because day to day was getting bad. Day to day, it was hard to function mentally. It was very, very hard. Like I could barely get out of the bed. I could barely be my up and happy self. I'm usually like the laughter in the room. I'm usually the one that's kind of motivating everybody and cheering people up, and I had none of that in me. I didn't care. So I had to be diagnosed. I had to be medicated, let me say. They gave me the medication for that, but I still have had some issues because the medication causes other symptoms as well. So I'm just trying to navigate all of this thing. I did find something called ashwagandha. I call them my Wakanda gummies because I feel like a Wakandian after I take them. So I call them that, but they're ashwagandha, and I use the ones by Goli. I'm not an advertiser for them. I don't market for them or whatever. I'm not. If they want to send me a coin, if y'all buy something, hey, I will take that coin. But I am not part of their team. But I'm just letting you know, okay? It worked for me. It really helped me, and I haven't had to take my meds for anxiety and depression since I have taken those. So because I really wanted a more natural way to deal with it, because I did not want to have the effects that the medication was giving me anymore. And so I researched everything, trying to figure that thing out. And then I found that, and it has worked amazing for me. I've been taking those for a few months now, and they have done amazingly well. I have not had, again, to take my other medication at all. So I've been doing great. Now I do suffer from insomnia as well, but insomnia kind of was a thing before I got sick. It just got worse. The gummies help with that too, but the other thing that I do often have to use as well is melatonin. So I am trying to find another way to deal with my insomnia as well. Trying to change my diet and all those things. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure some things out because my body has been thrown into a shock, and a lot of people don't understand that or see it. But my body has been thrown into a shock. My mind has been thrown into a shock. So a lot of the things that would have been easy for me, a lot of the things that would have just come to me, a lot of the things that were not an issue before have become an issue. I have been trying to work through all of that. And if you have any suggestions or anything, I'm always open. Trust and understand, I'm always open to suggestions. But trust and understand, if they don't make sense to me, they don't make sense to me. Okay? so, but yeah, I'm working through that, trying to get my mental, emotional balance together, get my health together, all that to work together. Okay? I need all to work together for my good. So I'm working on that. So y'all pray for you, girl. But I haven't had, again, the major episodes that I would have before I started. Now the medication that the doctors gave me worked amazing for my anxiety and depression, but like I said, they were causing other symptoms that I did not like. So I had to switch that out for something else. So grateful for my doctors for that, because it really did help me, because I was in a very, very, very dark place, in a very horrible place that I couldn't even explain to the people around me. All I knew is that it was just terrible and it just wasn't working. So, but therapy, the medications, and now the gummies and all of that help, And I've even tried doing like CBD and all that kind of stuff. I've tried infused gummies. I've tried infused drinks. I've tried all this stuff. And let me tell you something. If anybody that knows me will tell you, your girl don't do nothing that got nothing to do with, y'all can say weed is not a drug, whatever y'all want to say. I don't know. I don't care. I don't do anything like that. I've never smoked a day in my life. I did used to drink when I was younger and stuff like that, but I stopped that. Like, I do nothing that makes my mental be off. I do nothing that hazes my thoughts. Do nothing, because I like to be in total control of my life. I like to be total control of my surroundings. I watch too many crime shows, okay? The crime shows be having me looking like, so I need to always be on alert. Even with the whole armor of God and the blood of Jesus, I still need to be alert. But so to get to that point, I knew it was something that I had to really, really try to figure out, because I got to the point where, you know what, I don't even care how it happens. I don't care what I need to do. I need to do something. So I've tried all kind of stuff, but because I am a very lightweight, that infused stuff don't work for you, girl. I had one infused gummy one time and had to take the whole day off from work. Okay. So no, I everything I have tried, the gummies, the drinks, all of that, it always put me on my butt. I don't understand how y'all function from day to day with that stuff. It don't, I can't. It just don't. So I had to find some other religion. So please don't suggest CBD weed or whatever y'all gonna suggest. Don't suggest that. Not, it's not for me. I'm sorry. If it's for you, that's you. It's not for me. It does not. I can't. I can't even function. I can't. So yeah, I tried it. So I totally get how people get to the point where they want to take their life. I totally get how people get to the point where they just want it all to be over. I totally get to the point where people want to shut everyone out and just be to themselves, because that's what depression and anxiety does to you. It can be a heavy weight that you don't even know about. And I plan on going deeper into that. I plan on doing a series about my journey with anxiety and depression and all that kind of stuff, so y'all get a more, insight into that, and being more real about what I've really been through and what I still deal with to this day. So just as I was saying, I'm doing well. I still have some things that need to be, that are healing still. 2 years later, I'm still healing. That area of your body, when you have cervical cancer, it affects your cervix. It affects your reproductive organs. Okay, so all of that has been going through its own thing. Okay, I really legit have been trying to figure out things and methods, and I thank God for an amazing husband who's understanding through all of this. Um, but it's stuff that I still have to figure out, and stuff me and my doctors are figuring out, because a lot of those things are being affected. Some things is harder to deal with than others. So I'm working through that, doing what I need to do, whatever therapy, whatever appointments. I get regular scans, regular checkups and all of that. So I just had all of my scans and checkups. Everything came back clear. Doctors are very proud of my progress. They are very happy to see how far I've come and all of that. So just letting you guys know, your girl is doing good. I am really trying to balance some things out when it comes to my purpose, and when it comes to my personal life, and when it comes to my just everything, finances and all of that. I'm really trying to balance it all out, so I have kind of severed some ties with some people, because going through cancer really opened my eyes to a lot of things. I'm one of these people that live and love out loud, okay? And when I did not see that reciprocated in a major way from certain people, I decided that that was enough for me. Because at the end of the day, if that didn't make you want to stand up for me and be there for me, then there's nothing that I can say or do, or nothing else that would make me believe that you would stand up and be there for me. So I had to make some really hard decisions about some of my relationships, and it was tough. I cried over some of them. I was upset about some of them, but I really had to separate. And in some places that I would frequent, I had to stop. I had to let go, because not only because when I went through cancer, people showed me who they were, but also because of some other things that I would, find out, and other things that had happened. I had to make the decision that you can't you can't be in that space anymore. You can't deal with that anymore. You can't be a part of that anymore. You got something else that you're trying to do. God has called you to something else. So for that to line up with that, you're going to have to move on. So I had to separate from a lot of things and people. And I had to open my mind to other things and people. So now I have started to do different things, having different opportunities that I probably wouldn't have had before, and all of that because I had to step out and really open myself up and expose myself to some different and some better things. Um, so as again, I'm celebrating 2 years. So let me tell y'all this story real quick, and I'm gonna be done. So over the weekend, I decided to go out to dinner. I decided to celebrate myself. I went out to dinner to celebrate me being 2 years cancer free. I had never had a celebration for it, so I decided to go ahead and have a dinner, and I wanted to do that by myself. Um, I went to have the dinner. I went to a nice restaurant. I had my cousin Brittany of Soft Peaks Pastries. She made a cake for me and everything for me to celebrate that. So I'm sitting at dinner, and there's a couple sitting next to me. And when the cake came out to me, the couple turns to me and they're like admiring the cake or whatever, and they're asking me, "What is the occasion?" And I say, it's my 2 year anniversary of being cancer free, which I was at first. I was like, I'm not going to tell these people why, because that's just don't. First, I don't want you in my business. Second, do people really do that? I don't care. But anywho, so I told them, and so they were like, "Oh, that's great, awesome." Da, 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 da. So I just turned and went on like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Next thing I know, the waiter comes to me and says, "You don't have to worry about your meal. It has been taken care of." Wait, what? It has been taken care of by the couple next to you. And so I immediately started tearing up because if anybody knows, I'm a crybaby, but that was especially special. Like, I have had people pay for my meals. That's like nothing. I've had people sew into me. I've had people do things all the time. But that moment for somebody, a stranger, to sew into me, it was just like it blessed my life. So then as I'm tearing up, and I'm thanking them, I thank them for what they did. And so then the husband ends up telling me I had to do it because I understand where you are. I am 9 years cancer free. Y'all, let me tell y'all something about God. Let me tell y'all about God. Like, you telling me, God, that I done came to this restaurant, and it's not no restaurant that I frequent all the time, because the people I hang with don't really go to these kind of restaurants like that, and if they do, they don't invite me. Okay. So, but it was like really random for me to be at this restaurant, and then for this couple to sit next to me, and then for them to find out that I'm cancer free, and then to find out that he is cancer free. I was like, God, you got to be kidding me. So he started telling me, like, I understand where you are. I understand what it means to say that you're cancer free. So I had to sow into you, and I just could not leave without doing it. And then he started speaking life into me. So I said, "Oh, and you a man of God?" Now, God, okay, so at this point, I am boo hoo crying. Understand? Because I'm just like, God, first of all, you look out for me. God, you, first of all, you know my heart. You know my heart. And to send someone to bless me like that in the moment that I was having, because it was rough for me. I'm going to be honest. It was rough for me because I didn't understood that no one can understand my journey. No one can understand what I went through when they have never been in my shoes. I knew that before, but that moment made me understand it deeper. Because as disappointed as I was, that I was celebrating basically alone, um, I understood that everybody's not going to get it. And being that I went through cancer seemingly better than a lot of people have. Like, I didn't look sick at all. You wouldn't even known I was sick unless I told you. So I didn't look sick at all. I pretty much stayed home the whole time I was sick, because I was so weak. So I stayed home pretty much the whole time I was sick. And then I wasn't sick long, and the treatment wasn't as intense as people might have thought it was. I mean, it was intense for me, but to other people, it probably wasn't. Like, you're not going to understand that unless you are in my shoes. I realized that when I got sick, after seeing my aunt and other people, my friends and other people be sick, I understand that when I got sick, I understood that it was something big and something deep, But to go through it is something totally different. So to have this man say that he was 9 years cancer free and to speak life into me, I was done. Okay. And I'm just like, okay, God, from this point on, regardless of what, I'm gonna celebrate. This is me and your victory because only God did this. So this is our victory together. So if I got to forever celebrate by myself, if I got to forever celebrate this win and this victory, I'm going to do it because I am alive. God has kept me and he didn't have to. So I'm not gonna sit around and act like this is just something that God does on a regular basis, which he does. But at the end of the day, when you can see a miracle walking in front of you on a regular basis, that is me. When you can see somebody survive something that most have not, that God has brought through, you are never to sit there and act like it's not that important or it's just something, just a regular day. So I refuse to continue to do that to myself. I refuse to act like God didn't do what he did. I refuse to act like surviving cancer was just another day for me. I refuse to act like surviving cancer is just a small thing. I refuse to sit back and let anybody else to deem it as such. Because at the end of it all, I could right now be buried, sleeping in my grave, okay? I could right now not be well enough to even talk to you. I could be right now not strong enough to even do anything. So I thank God for that. And I thank God for his grace and mercy for how he got me through that thing. How he got me through that thing. And I still look like it wasn't defeating me at the end of it all. So I am grateful for that. And I'm going to show my glory and my praise to God. I'm going to always give my honor to him. And I'm going to celebrate me. Because if you sit around and wait for other people to celebrate you, you'll be waiting forever. And I refuse to do that anymore in my life. So guess what? I am grateful to be here. I am honored to be here. I am thankful for still being here. And I'm going to praise God and I'm going to celebrate till the day that I die. I am going to celebrate. And thank you to that couple that blessed me. Thank you for honoring that. Thank you for seeing the importance in that to a stranger. You don't even know me. You never had to do anything for me, but you saw how important that was and you chose to sow into me. And I'm grateful that God kept you as well. That is an amazing thing to be 9 years. And I hope one day I can say I have been 9 years cancer free, 10 years cancer free, 20 years cancer free, 50 years cancer free, however old I am when I die. I'm able to say that. So that's my update for you guys. I again, if you have any questions, anything you want to know, just let me know. I am coming back with my podcast. I just been taking a little break. I've been step back. I told God this year I'm just gonna step back and I'm gonna let you do your thing and I'm gonna follow your guidance to whatever you want me to do. Toya's Girl Jam is coming up. I will release that date soon and let you guys know what's going on with that. But in the meantime, keep praying for me. In the meantime, keep reaching out to me and sending your love to me. I appreciate it all the time. I am so grateful for it. I love you all. I am happy and excited to still be here. And I'm grateful. You guys, I love you. Goodbye, my loves.